Everyone, and Jeremy with Quiet Mind Yoga, and today's Hatha Yoga practice we focus on side crow pose, Parasvabhakasana. You'll need one block for the practice, and we'll start on the back. So start with your knees coming in towards the body, and rock a little side to side. Walk your shoulder blades up the back, and then soles of the feet together, like you're doing bound angle pose on your back. Knees open apart, stretching the adductors, the adductors. So we're focusing on the adductors and side body today. Mainly the internal and external obliques and the 5 adductors in the inner thighs. So as you draw your shoulders towards the ground, bending the elbows, pull your feet towards your body, your knees open apart. Then open the soles of the feet towards the ceiling and happy baby. And you can gently rock side to side here. We're just easing into this. And then keep the feet, the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, and point the palms of the hands towards the ceiling, lift the shoulders like you're doing Bakasana, crow pose on the ground. Knees squeeze towards the arms push against the knees. The back is creating a curve and flexion like cat pose. Press the hands against the wall as if you're pushing into the ceiling. And then we'll release the arms, keep the knees bent, and bring the block between the knees. You're squeezing the block with the knees to help strengthen the adductors. From here, we'll bring the knees in towards the body and over to the right. And then bring the knees in a little closer to the body, flexing the hip flexors. Then from here, scoot your right shoulder up away from the hip, getting some length to the right side. And then reach the right arm, right palm towards the ceiling like we just did. And lift the shoulders like a crunch. So your elbow comes to meet outside the knee, then left hand presses forward like Bakasana. Right, it's not doing much. And this is the sensation very much like side crow, like we'll do later. So the left side's not doing a whole lot. And then we'll come back to center, other side, knees over to the left. Walk your shoulders up the back. So you create a little length through the left ribs. And knees over to the left and then in towards the body. And then left arm towards the ceiling. Shoulders lift. Left elbow coming outside of the right knee. Right hand just reaches forward. So we're doing reclined side crow. Back to center. Keep the block between the knees. Hands come together at the heart, at the thumbs meets the center of the chest. Lift the chest and shoulders. Extend the legs in low boat pose. Waking up the transverse abdominals. And then we'll bring the knees back in. Rest for a moment on the mat. And then again, knees to the right, but only about 45 degrees this time, so you don't go all the way towards the ground. And then knees in, flexing the hips. Lift both arms towards the ceiling like a crunch and lift the shoulders, elbow outside the knee. And then back to our low boat, hands at the heart, extend the legs. And back to side crow on this side, knees into the left, lift the shoulders, elbow outside the knee, hands pressing away. And back to center, last time, low boat, extend the legs, hands together at the heart, squeeze the thighs towards the center, and then back to center. Remove the block, and then hug the knees in, rock side to side on the back. Over to your right side, right forearm is down, And we'll start to wake up the external, internal obliques a little bit. So you start to lift through the chest, lift through the hips, lift through the right knee. Your right shoulder is over the right elbow, maybe even just a little bit behind it. Definitely not in front of it though. And then start to lower back down. As you inhale, reach up again. Lift the left arm. As you exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower. Same thing, other side. Left forearm down. Feet stacked. Side forearm plank. Inhale to lift up. We'll hold here for a moment. Right hand on the right hip. Breathing, holding, feeling that engagement of the obliques on the side of the body. The internal obliques underneath that. And then slowly lower back down. Again, inhale, peel up. Extend the top arm. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. From here, we'll come to the kneeling position for gate pose. From the knees, I'll mirror you. You'll extend your left leg out. The foot presses down through the ball and heel as best it can here. It's a little bit of a strange angle, but that rooting down, you'll start to feel the engagement of the adductor. And then your right arm starts to reach up overhead. And see the amount of side bending that you have available there, the lateral extension of the spine. And then bring your hand behind your head. Maybe go a little further. And then reach alongside the ear, maybe a little further. Back to center. Lower down. Other side. Right foot out. Your left hand is just easing down the leg, not doing much. Your right arm, rather. Your left arm extends up. And side bend. Hand behind the head, maybe a little further. And then arm overhead as far as you'll go today. And back to center. And here we'll take the block, so we'll add on to that by coming to a squatting position with your heels lifted, as you can see from the side, and then the block is between the knees. And then from here, again, I'll mirror you, so you lean onto your left hand, right arm extends straight up. Find how much you can side bend here. Hand behind the head, maybe a little further. And then walk your left arm out towards elbow, towards ground. And then the top arm extends out maybe a little further. Keep that length, and then bring your top arm outside of the knee. And then place the fingertips pointing forward. And then like chaturanga arms, the other hand also pointing forward. Notice if that block is starting to feel less firm, squeeze the knees towards the center. And we'll come back to the middle here. Other side, right arm walks out, left arm extends straight up, side bend, hand behind the head, maybe a little further. Bottom hand walks out, elbow bends, top arm extends out. Bring that top elbow outside the knee, and the palm down to face forward. And in the other hand, like chaturanga arms, just placing that and squeeze the knees towards the center. We'll come back to that later. From here, we'll move the block down to the sit bones. Feet together, like bound angle pose, knees open, spine extends. Lean slightly back to lift the feet, so you're balancing now. And then knees moving towards the center, hands pressing forward, like you're doing Bakasana here, balancing on the tail. So this will be an option later if you need to modify or simplify to decrease the intensity. All right, and then we'll let the legs straight out for a moment, hands beside the hips. Knees in towards the body, feet together, knees together, to the right, and then in. Arms extend up, slight side bend, elbow outside the knee, press the hands away, flex the hips to bring the knees in closer. Let your back round here. That's how it naturally is going to move. Come back to center, legs out, palms down beside you. Other side, knees in, to the left, in towards the body a little more, arms extend up, elbow outside the knee. Knees are going to start to splay out and go forward. Keep knees together and in as best you can. And then back to center, extend the legs. And then come over to hands and knees to downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out, ease into down dog. We'll start to move with the breath here. As you inhale, look forward. As you exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, arms extend. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Hold as an inhale. And then exhale, knees bent all the way down to the belly. Tops of feet down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog for an inhale. And an exhale. Look between the hands. Inhale. And exhale, step your right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga or belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hold for an inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Bend knees, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bend knees, chair pose. Hands stay at the heart, spine extends. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Hold for an inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Look between the hands, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Rising up on your inhale. And And exhale, back to plank. Hold for an inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Look between the hands, inhale. Exhale, left foot forward, right heel down. Inhaling up to warrior one. Exhale, lower, back to plank. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or belly. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Knees bent, hips to heels. Child's pose, letting the back around. And from here, walk your hands over to the left. And once you feel that length in your right side, thread your right arm underneath into a twist. Right, so pretty small, compressed little movement. And then back to center. Hands over to your right. Left arm threads underneath into a twist. And back to center. Hands and knees. Round the back into cat pose. Just cat pose. Press the ground away with the hands. And then come to a neutral spine. And then step your right foot forward, left knee stays down. Hands come up to your right thigh, extend the spine up. Bring the arms overhead. Rotate to your right. Bend at the elbows, rotate a little more. And then reach your left arm outside of your right knee. Extend the right arm towards the ceiling. And then press the hands away like you're doing side crow here. Palms press away into the twist. Again, notice how your right side's not really doing anything. And then we'll come back to center. Hands down, step forward to forward fold, and then separate the feet wider apart to malasana. Heels down if you can, hips lower, hands to heart. Again, let the back around like cat pose. Press the arms away, round the back. Squeeze the knees towards the center. Press the hands away. Resist the knees with the arms. Lower the hands, lift the hips. Step your right knee back and down. Arms rise up alongside the ears. With the arms up, rotate any amount from the ribs. Hands behind the head, rotate a little more. And then reach your right arm out. Left arm up. Rotating into the twist. And then like side crow, press the hands away. Come back up to center, inhale. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Feet apart, malasana. Hands together first, squeeze the thighs. Press the arms away, press the hands away. And then press the hands into the mat like you're doing chaturanga. And we'll shift the weight into the hands. Not going to crow yet, but if you do have a regular practice, you can go there. But just feel the shift of weight into the hands. The knuckles and the fingers kind of bend, so you have a little more grip that way. Unlike down dog, where you spread the fingers wide, let your knuckles and fingers bend a little bit. That gives you a little more balance and more information with the fingertips to help you balance. And back to our plank pose. Step your right hand a little forward, side plank, left arm over right. And back to center. Plank pose, left hand a little forward, Stack the feet, side plank. Back to center, back to down dog. If you want to go chaturanga, up dog, down dog, go for it. From here, lift your right leg straight back. Open the hip. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, step forward. High lunge, arms up alongside the ears. Again, rotate from the ribs. Bend the elbows, hands behind the head. Rotate a little more. And then reach the left elbow outside of the right knee. Press the hands away. Engage through your left thigh. Relax your right toes, deepen the bend in the right knee. Right, and you can feel that sort of stretch in the outer right hip. Let's come back down to the hands and turn this into pigeon pose, right knee to right wrist. So we just engaged a lot there now, creating a little stretch, a little more tension and energy on the outer right hip to help the inner thighs strengthen more. And then one more twist from here. Left hand holds the knee of the right foot, of the right knee, not the foot, and then rotate the ribs towards the ceiling. And back to center. Down dog or chaturanga, up dog, down dog if you like. And from down dog, lift your left leg straight back, open the hip. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, step forward. Engage the thighs, arms reach forward and up, engaging the transverse abdominals a little more. Bend into the front knee. And then from the arms extended, ribs rotate to the left. Elbows bend, hands behind the head, rotate a little more. And then elbow outside the knee into the twist. Arms press away, back thigh engages. And lower the hands from that left hip, left knee into pigeon pose. Top of back foot down. Not getting too comfortable here, just visiting to stretch the outer hip for a moment. And then we'll come back to down dog. Again, you can do chaturanga, up dog, down dog if you like. And then forward to plank. Knees bend, elbows bend and towards the body, like chaturanga, holding for a moment there. Just feeling that in the chest and arms. Press back up. Good. So we put all these pieces together now. One more time in cat pose, rounding the back. Press the hands into the mat. Step your feet outside of the hands. Squeeze your knees towards the center. Lower the hips. Hands together at the heart. Malasana. And then hands to the mat. Scoot your feet in closer. Bring your feet in to touch. Inside edge of each foot touches. Knees bend apart. Bring your left elbow outside of the knee. So you're creating this intersection of the shin and the upper arm. Both sides. Palms face forward. And then shift the weight into the hands as you lift the hips. And one heel in and then the other into Bakasana. Once you're there, press the ground away. And if you're not there, just work on lifting one heel, then the other. Shifting weight forward into the arms like chaturanga. From there, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. And then from here, we'll come off of the mat. So step over to the side in the squatting position, just like we did. Knees together, legs together. And then you'll bring your left arm overhead, elbow outside the knee, hand faces forward like chaturanga, right hand faces forward, and then shift weight over, lean forward, look forward, Lift the hips, shift weight into the hands, and then lift the legs. Side crow. Come back down. And other side. Squatting position, feet together, knees together. Right arm reaches up and then outside of the knee. Hands face forward like chaturanga. Lift the hips. Shift weight forward, bend the elbows, and lift the feet. Press through the hands and come back down. Good. So again, one more time on each side. And if that doesn't work for you, you can practice any of the variations we did on the tail or on the ground. Knees together, elbow outside the knee, hands face forward, no weight on the right arm. Lift the hips, bend the elbows, lean forward, lift the feet. And back down. Other side, squat, extend the right side, elbow outside the knee, chaturanga arms, lift the hips, bend the elbows, look forward, lift the feet. Next step from there is to straighten the legs and straighten the left arm, but it's beyond the scope of today. So we'll come over to our standing forward fold, all 10 toes pointing forward, and then bring the feet in a little closer, like goddess squat. Knees and toes point out, hips lower. Hands hold the ankles. The elbows press the adductors open. The hips lower. If you need to come out, come out. If you need to go a little side to side to decrease the intensity, you can do that as well. A couple more breaths here. And then let the head just come a little below the heart. So there's a little rounding in the back. The legs aren't straightening, but the hips are lifting a bit. And then we'll lower the hips back down. Hands to the ground, Malasana. Heels up or down, hands to heart. And then lower the hands. Feet together. Soles of feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana. Lengthen the spine from your hips, hinged forward over the legs. You can increase the intensity of the stretch by pressing your elbows into the thighs and towards the knee. You can decrease the intensity by moving the feet further ahead of you and using blocks under the knees. Will also decrease intensity. Doesn't matter how far you fold, but moving in the direction of down, slowing down from the practice. And start to come back up, knees together, come down to your back, knees in towards the body. Happy baby, hold outside the feet. Bring the knees in towards the armpits. You can go side to side or hold one side. And then soles of feet together all the way down to the mat, knees apart. Hands behind the head, slide your shoulders up away from the hips. Traction the spine. And then left arm reaches down. Right arm reaches overhead, creating length through your right side. And then back to center. Right arm down, left arm extends. And then back to center, knees in, hips up to the side, knees into the left. Rotate upper body towards the right. And back to center, hips to left, knees to right. Slide your right ribs up, rotate upper body to the left. And then back to center. Extend the legs out. Palms open, Shavasana. And so to make small movements of the fingers and toes. And gently bring the knees in to one side. Press back up to sitting. Comfortable seated posture for a moment. Palms open on the knees. Spine tall. If you have longer to stay in meditation, please do. Otherwise, hands together at the heart, bowing the mind to the heart and to each other. Namaste. If you like this video, subscribe, leave a thumbs up or a comment below. If you have any questions or requests, leave those in the comments as well. To join our online yoga studio, visit www.quietmind.yoga for classes, events, and to work together one-on-one.